Goal of 20 was created because, quite honestly, we are accustomed to doing week-long retreats around the world. And we do 1 week-long retreat in a different city every month around the world. And we had such incredible momentum, Kiki, with spontaneous remissions from diseases. We've got such incredible scientific data that we have been gathering just in demystifying the process of personal change and transformation. And in a time where fear can grip a lot of people and really, for the most part, weaken their immune system, I thought it's really impossible to quarantine love. And what would be the way to spread love around the world? And our research shows that when we feel elevated emotions like love and gratitude, that just in 4 days, by sustaining an elevated state for 15 to 20 minutes a day for 4 days, you'll release certain chemicals that your immune system will make called antibodies. They're called immunoglobulins. They're proteins that are released from your white blood cells, your B cells influenced by your T cells, that actually cause you to become immune to infectious agents like bacteria, viruses, molds, and even cancer. So this time is about a more personal relationship and a more integrated relationship about what we know about our bodies, and that we are not as limited as many people have been conditioned or hypnotized to believe. So I thought, well, we have research in addition to show that elevated emotions can strengthen your immune system. We have research to show that love tends to produce non-local effects on other people. Now, what do I mean by that? Well, fear creates separation. Fear creates a response and an arousal. And when we're separate or quarantined or isolated, it limits our social contact. Well, that's because we're living in three-dimensional reality, and technology is a way for us to connect, but take away technology and we're pretty much isolated. So, but our research shows that if you take 1,000 people as an example, and you teach them how to elevate their emotional state, and they're wearing a heart rate monitor, and when you feel resentment, when you feel impatience, when you feel frustration, the arousal of those stress hormones tends to cause the heart to beat out of order, very incoherent. Energy actually leaves the heart. But when you begin to open your heart and you do this properly, the heart begins like a drum to produce an ambient magnetic field that can be up to 3 meters wide. At the same time, when our heart begins to beat coherently, it sends a wave of energy to our brains. Our brains get energized. And that change in the brain's patterns causes us to become more creative. We tend to think outside the box when we're in an elevated state. We see possibilities we couldn't see before. So take 1,000 people, put them in a room, have them wear heart rate monitors, and teach them how to elevate their emotional state and have them practice. And then have people in the front of the room sitting there with their eyes closed, wearing a heart rate monitor, and ask the people that are generating this love to send the thought to the people wearing the heart rate monitor that their lives be enriched, that their bodies be healed, that their dreams come true. Well, it's no coincidence when you see the people wearing the heart rate monitor sitting in the front of the room that's receiving this frequency, that's carrying that thought or information, that many of those people, their hearts go into coherence, into order, at the exact same time, in the exact same day, in the exact same meditation. Now, you can't quarantine love because it has quantum effects. In other words, it could travel through space and time and not need to pass through three-dimensional reality. So what does that mean? So I thought, goal of 20, wow, in a time of isolation, in a time of fear, we know what elevated emotions do. So why don't we do this campaign? And we have reached way over 200,000 people. So over 200,000 people have gotten a note from someone that loves them that says, hey, Kiki, in an audio file, in a video file, in a text, on a FaceTime call, to take a moment and have that person authentically tell you why they love you, whatever the reasons are. And the act of expressing love moves energy to our hearts. So many people found the profound value of just expressing love that they wanted to express, but never took the time to do it. So by expressing love for the person they care about, they start opening their heart, and the person who's receiving this message is so touched and their heart is open. Now we got a kind of frequency that everybody's starting to vibrate on the same wavelength. So then after the person receives the file and hears the message, the person who sent it goes into a 15-minute meditation. And when we feel love for people, truly feel love, the best way that we express it is to give. Like if I'm in love with somebody, I want to give things to them. I want them to feel the way I feel. And the only way they could feel the way I feel is to give them something that's a symbol that I want them to feel how much love I feel for them. So in this circumstance where you're sequestered, you could actually take that person into your heart and just let them feel the love that you feel for them, that the probability of you entraining their autonomic nervous system to feel a similar feeling, and you begin to make an effect on a person non-locally. And if we can do that one by one, if we did it once a day, and we don't give up on love, we don't stop believing in love, that we can begin to spread love, and it can become as infectious as any disease. And so we've gotten incredible responses from all over the world. The meditation is translated into 10 different languages. It's in French, it's in Italian, it's in Spanish, it's in German, it's in Polish, it's in Romanian. We have it in Russian, all different languages, and people are excited about doing it. So my goal is 500,000 people affected by love, and we call it a mass affection, that everybody gets to be affected by love.